But I just want to say this, that our country is in a difficult problem. There's a lot of different problems. Of course, we're one nation that lives surrounded by 22 Arab nations, which are part of 49 Muslim nations. This one nation lives in the midst of 49 Muslim nations. Now, we're not anti-Arab, we're pro-Arab, and we're going to bring some of our Arab partners with us tomorrow to share with you, because we're all one family together. We have a society, a secular society that is sinking into levels and deeper levels of sexual immorality. As I said, the level of pornography coming against our 5th and 6th graders is astonishing. The amount of pornography and divorce and sex trade and abortion, it's just the women are being ripped to shreds in this nation. It's so bad that it's even affecting the men now. It's what was sex trade before now is going in, the abuse is even going into men in homosexual abuse. It's so deep and the country is so confused they can't even figure out what's right and what's wrong here. On the other hand, you have a religious establishment that is claiming that they are right and saying all the right words. It's amazing. They say a lot of the things that we would say. And yet within that community, they are stealing money from the government. And they're not sending their children in to go in to serve in the army, expecting the secular people to serve in the army in place of them. Well, that means you're murdering them. If you send somebody else to die in your place, you're stealing money, you're murdering, you're lying about what the truth is in the Bible. What are you doing? So there's unrighteousness on both sides. And our people are so confused, we're living in the middle of that. Now, you need to hear this message, and this is why I asked Tal to come up, because I don't know if you hear this, it's on different levels. We're talking about Israeli society. We're talking about the Israeli people as individuals that are lost. They can't figure out how to get out of this maze. We're talking about your country. And we're also talking about you personally. And we're talking about me personally. And what's the answer to all of this? Our people are stuck right now. There is no answer. We don't know what to do. We just had an election. We had an election, they couldn't form a government. So we're having another election. And it'll be the same results. We're just stuck. We don't know what to do. Well, there's an answer. Amen. The answer is a person. Let's look now in John 8. This is what I want to describe. And the whole, this story of Yeshua talking to this woman caught in adultery, in some ways summarizes almost everything going on in the world right now. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what is our message as believers? How can we talk to people when every single television show, everything in the entertainment it's all adultery? What do you mean, a woman caught in adultery? This is 90% of Western society. What kind of message do we have? Okay, it's wrong. Okay, amen. But what's our message to that? What's the solution to that? And here, let's look at how Yeshua answered this. It's amazing to think about this on all these levels. So, of course, it's a well-known passage, but I want us to look at it again. I'll read it in Hebrew, as always, and translate. John 8, verse 3 to 6. אז הביאו סופרים המפרושים, אישה שנתפסה בניאוף, והעמידו אותה באמצע. And it says, and then the scribes and the Pharisees brought to him a woman who was caught in adultery, and they set her in the middle before him. ואמרו לו, and they said to him, Rabbi, האישה הזאת נתפסה בניאוף בשעת מעשה. And they said to him, Rabbi, this woman has been caught in the act of adultery, right in the act itself. An amazing thing to say. Moshe ציווה בתורה לסקול נשים כאלה, ומה אתה אומר? Moses commanded in the Torah that these type of women need to be stoned. What do you have to say? זאת אמרו כדי לנסות אותו, שיהיה להם במה להאשימו. And they said this in order to test him, to trap him, so that it would trick him to have something to accuse him. Now, do you understand the situation? You have people that come up, the religious leaders of that day, saying, okay, Yeshua, we're bringing you this woman who's obviously repentant. She's on her knees. She's crying. And he says she was caught in the act of adultery. And the Torah says to stone her. This is a trap for him. Because if he says she's wrong, we need to stone her, then he's lacking compassion. If he doesn't say to stone her, then he's not abiding by the Torah. Do you see how he's tracked there? You know, we feel the same way. You know, what do we have to say? Are we for the religious or are we for the secular? How do you answer that question? I don't know. Now listen, the whole thing is false in the first place. Tell me something. Can you catch a woman in the act of adultery by herself? That's a good one. Something's not fitting in this story. And as we're asking the question, are these people really looking for justice? Or are they looking to fulfill a religious image that they have? Think about that. See what I'm talking about? Today's society, this is going on right now. Are we really looking for justice? Or are we looking just to blame someone?